What is canon? To those who invest their interest in any given story, canon is the reality in which a work of fiction functions. Usually this refers to official works endorsed by those behind the series, but there are exceptions to this. Things like spin-offs, while official, might not inherently play a part of a series' canon.
No, Mario, you can't do that. How could you?
You see, this didn't really happen. Or did it? Sometimes continuity isn't the main focus of a franchise's identity, but what is and isn't canon can make or break the perception. Nowhere is this more apparent than in Sonic the Hedgehog. The franchise, not the guy. Or the gene that controls cell growth. Yes, that's real. Canon in Sonic has always been messy. With how long it's been around, there have been many stories told through multiple mediums. Video games, movies, something called an encyclopedia, shows, comics, manuals, web series, cookbooks. This, with how much there is, making sense of it all is probably a daunting task, but there is a clear effort in doing so being made. Sonic Frontiers is a testament to that. Its story is one that embraces the series' past, using it as a base to push the world forward. Since its release, any of the games that have followed have been doing the same in one way or another. So in that vein, I wanted to take a look at the games whose influence led Sonic to where he is today. Just as a disclaimer, I may have not played all the games included in this list, yet, but I feel it's kind of telling just how much of an impact these games have had in the series, yeah? It is for this reason that I am sad to disclaim that I won't be talking about Sonic X for the Leapster in this video. I know, I'm sorry I won't be talking about Sonic X for the Leapster. I promise I'll make up for this by talking about Sonic X for the Leapster one day if you'd like and subscribe, and tell me how much you want me to talk about Sonic X for the Leapster, as well as other games you may feel I've missed. I already mentioned Sonic Frontiers, so I might as well talk about it first. Sonic Frontiers was amazing for Sonic. I mean, the Titans alone were just... Oh, me when I'm ore farming. Me when I'm looks maxing. Me when I'm freaking epic. me when I'm mogging the competition. Me when I'm coated with the sauce. Oh! The game was driven by its narrative and characters like talk to each other about it now. When was the last time that happened before this?
None of this is good, Vector. That's why it's called war.
Oh, this game was the ambitious spark that Sonic needed, helping revitalize the series from what was probably its lowest point, and it's been on a roll ever since.
Sorry, but that Chaos Emerald and I have a date with a monster.
A date?
Then, it'll be a date to die for.
A date?
Shadow Generations is the game that came with the Frontiers. It attaches a parallel campaign to a game that takes place before, which includes locations that come from games that came after and before.
Without the time stones?
It's confusing, you don't need to know that. What you do need to know is that influence from Frontiers I mentioned earlier, it's here and it's the best it's ever been. The gameplay, ooh, the story, peak. I want to say it's probably my favorite Sonic game, but Sonic's not even... When Sonic Generations first released, it was praised for being the best Sonic game of its time, surpassing Colors which came before it. Great levels, tight gameplay, there's a reason why they want to make Sonic Generations 2.
I am the Eggman! I always have the master plan!
Alright, stop doing that. Sonic Forces was a game with a story. You know what isn't a game with a story? The Sonic IDW comics. They're just stories. They initially followed the events of Sonic Forces, but have since grown to start following the events of more recent games. And they're canon too, influencing the games as the worlds are one and the same. Say what you want about the game, but Forces was kind of the start of a turning point for this series and to put more focus on its story. The game also introduced the Rookie. They were an acknowledgement of the fans with the passion to make their own characters based on the series. They make little appearances in the comics sometimes, and will probably continue to do so in the future, and I think that rules.
Remember Green Hill Zone?
Just before Sonic Forces came Sonic Mania, and it's been the most well-regarded Sonic game since its release for a good reason. I mean, the gameplay was so good that they've added the drop dash to just about every game since. Mania will probably continue to be the basis of which the games with the classic gameplay will be based on, as it was with Sonic Superstars. There were also these animations that promoted Mania Plus, an add-on for the base game. These animations are so beloved that just about every major game release since Mania has had them promoting their release since. And sometimes they'll just release more that isn't promoting a game because it's peak. So say thank you, Sonic Mania. It's okay. I'll wait. I won't be talking about Superstars. I don't really have much to say about the classic games. It's probably really obvious just how much of an impact they've had since their Sonic's origins, so their mark won't be going away anytime soon. Wait, hold on. I think I just realized something. What? So yeah, the Ghost of Adventure's past have been around for some time now. These games were as ambitious then as Frontiers is today. The visuals took a drastic shift compared to the classic games that came before it, changing the designs of these already iconic characters to nail a new, striking look. Cutscenes of the game's campaigns were brought to the forefront to give the stories a spotlight. All this, the style, the gameplay, It was an evolution of the series which persists to this day. Look at just about anything Sonic, and the impact that adventure left won't be too far off. Heroes put a spin on the adventure formula by adding this team mechanic that never came back, but in a way, kind of introduced one-off gameplay styles to the series, didn't it? Team formations, the Werehog, even the Doom powers, they're gone, and it's all your fault, Sonic Heroes. It also gave Male Sonic a spotlight as a major antagonist, expanding his character, which would be brought up again in the future. The Shadow Generations prequel gave Shadow a gun, and gave Fiction the best opening of anything ever.
Oh my god.
The advanced games gave us these sprites and introduced a bunch of cool robots that we get to see in future Sonic projects. And that rules. These games were an evolution of the classics, modernizing the formula to fit with the modern era. But beyond it, Sonic fans are something else, man.
Have a nice ball, you stupid bitch.
Sonic Rush was revolutionary for Sonic, changing the series forever by giving its best character, Musy. It also introduced the boost to the series, I guess.
Don't touch it!
I don't think I want to talk about this one. Do it. What? Talk about the game. I think we could just talk about the game. Okay. 2006's Sonic the Hedgehog definitely had an impact on the Sonic branding. Let's address the elephant in the room first. How did you... What are you doing here? Go. Get out of here! Sonic 06 was flawed, infamously so, and the series embraced that, especially in socials. For a long time, the franchise's flaws seemed to be Sonic's identity, especially given how active said socials were. I don't think that many were fond at this time in Sonic's history, but looking at Sonic's presence in social media today, no one really does it the same way Sonic does it. Tales to Twitter takeovers, cute skits. These are fun and people love them, but they probably wouldn't be around if it weren't for the dank memes and this, I guess.
I sure hope there are no jazz bands waiting around here.
I played the PS2 version. Sonic Unleashed was the game that introduced the boost to the console games, changing how the modern games are played to this day. Its world building was also so prominent that references to the lore and locations that were established then are still referenced now.
The colors feel so right.
Looking back, many of the Sonic games post-classic were centered around the stories. Even the spin-offs were just story, weren't they? Like, storybook games? Like, there were many who thought that the story-heavy approach wasn't fit for a series while the blue hedgehog just wants to go fast. Along came Sonic Colors, returned to that classic, streamlined formula. No more convoluted narrative, no more Werehog, no more frantic subtitles, and people loved it. Sonic was back for the first time in a long time, and its success influenced the games that came after for a while. Apparently Colors was so successful that it warranted the Sonic Colors Ultimate Remaster. So important that it was entrusted to be packaged alongside the Baby Sonic keychain. So influential that the melody of Reach for the Stars, Sonic Colors theme song, came here in Frontier's One-Way Dream. Sonic has come a long way since then, and things are only looking up from here. I hope you're excited as I am to see what the future holds for the series. Thanks for watching.